Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson. I'm back today with 3 trades. All 3 were euro pairs, and it was based on euro weakness. As you can see on the meter, it's still working its way down, but I closed out the trades when I was happy. So that's the way that I trade. Today's date is September the 30th. Another successful day at trading. Love trading with my Pro trigger, mainly because of this timing indicator. So based on euro weakness, I took what I thought were the best 3 trades to take. I normally do 2 or more trades, sometimes up to 5 trades, as I never know which one's going to give me the most number of pips. So I took the first 2 trades about 7:15 a.m. New York time, and the other one a little bit later at 25 minutes after 8 a.m. So let's go with this Euro CAD first, see where I got in at. Drag and drop this up. Should have just waited for a bit of a pullback up, but in real time I thought it was just gonna keep going down. Not a big deal. Let's see what it went against me. It was only 17 pips, and I closed it out with 8 pips. Now keep in mind, when I closed out all 3 trades at exactly basically the same time, I was looking at the totals here, and when I'm happy, I just close all the trades at the same time. Most of the time, not all the time, but that's the way I did it today. All of these trades were a great way to trade. Very high success rate. For me, it's at least minimum 95%. I can't remember my last losing trade. It's been quite some time. That's why I labeled it at 95%. I cannot say 100% using a great way to trade, as I would be lying at that point. No system in the world gives 100%. But if you can get 80 or 90% on a system, it is a pretty good system. Took me more than 10 years building these trigger systems. And as you can see, I could have stayed in the trade as the meter is still suggesting it. But as I said, I'm not greedy. If I can make these kind of totals day in and day out, doesn't make any difference. I do prefer the New York, but obviously the London session gave a really good push. So for you London traders, this would be excellent. You could be getting in on triggers around this general area, and you would be up right now 75 pips. So, but I am sleeping at this time, so I just wait for a continuation of the move, another cycle. I call it the flow of the market, and you must learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is exactly what I teach. And once you understand the flow of the market, you'll be making a lot of pips and money. So those 8 pips on the Euro CAD paid $850. Off to a very good start. Let's try the euro dollar, the next pair here. Remember, it's based on euro weakness. Euro dollar is just the next one here on the meter. Let's run a check on it. Let's go and drag this euro dollar up and see what's happening. Again, it did a bit of a pullback. Timing is sometimes a little bit tricky because it could have easily just kept going down right from here. But anyhow, I got in at this cursor, did go against me about, let's go with about 9 or 10 pips. And for no particular reason other than being happy, I closed it out, looks like with 7 pips, and 7 pips on the euro dollar, paid $1,030. Quick check on that again. Looks like it's hovering about 8 pips I would go with. And as I said, you can see the totals down at the bottom. So moving on to the Euro Aussie, We just drag and drop this up and see where I got in at. This one here was much better. Obviously, perfect timing entry would be right here or here, but I caught it at this point, and it looks like it just continued to go down. This was giving me like 21 pips. If I was still in the trade, that would be 46 pips. But as I said, I close the trade when I am happy. Let's run a check on that one more time. 21 pips on the Euro Aussie, paid $1,956. So for pip total today, if you added up the pips, that's 37 pips, and 37 pips paid $3,837. As I said, off to another excellent day of trading. So if your system is not producing like my Pro Trigger, I suggest you get your hands on it, and to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video and you'll see this write-up. It's Pro Trigger system. I do charge $250 for it. And please keep in mind that it is not the system. All my trigger systems produce the same results, and it is because I know how to trade the flow of the markets. Once you master that, all the systems will work like a charm. And I had to go through 700 systems and spending well over $70,000 on systems and education and training to realize that fact. Now, nobody will tell you that fact because they're just trying to sell you systems. It's much harder to train and teach you how to trade the flow of the market as opposed to, here, buy my system. It's a fantastic working system. And if it is true, and if it is a fantastic working system for that person, it's because they finally learned how to trade the flow of the market. I call it the flow of the market. Now, some traders would call it Elliott waves. I looked into it many years ago, but it seemed to be, as far as I'm concerned, the way they were teaching, somewhat complicated. But the way I teach it, it's quite easy to understand. And so remember, it's the flow of the market. Now, my Pro Trigger system has 3.5 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now, it comes with 4 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. A word of caution: if you want to become a successful trader, do not trade in a live account without a meter. The meter will pay for itself 1,000 times over. So make sure you get your hands on a meter. No meter means you will more than likely fail because there's too many pairs to look at and you don't know which one to take. And you're going after the wrong pairs. Wrong pairs can easily turn against you and give you a losing trade. So remember that. That's a tip of the day. Make sure you get your hands on a very good meter. Not all meters are the same. I had to go through about 12 meters to find one that was actually good. And this is the best one that I could find, and I really like it. So there's a lot of PDF books and Word documents, which means a lot of training and education, which is what you need to succeed at trading the markets. And of course, there are a lot of ways to trade, so I teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 42 training videos, and I threw in 9 bonus videos. And don't forget this $1 million trade plan. And if you follow the plan, you start with $1,000, and in less than a year, you can turn that into $1 million, and all you need is 10 pips a day. And today I got 37 pips. So if you want to know more about that, just get in contact with me. That would work great, only under one condition, that you will get 10 pips on each and every trade. Because you cannot, have a 40-50 pip loser, because you will blow up your account. Anyhow, if you want some more answers on that, to your questions, just get in touch with me. So my number one way of trading is this great way to trade. Every one of the trades, 95% of the way I trade is a great way to trade. Simple, easy, with a very high success rate. As you can see, it's still going. Could have stayed in for the trade for another few $1,000s more, just to let you know that. Now, what makes the Pro Trigger just a little bit better than all my other systems? It's within these 5 subjects right in here. Now, in each and every one of these videos, I give a lot of advanced training and trading tips. I teach how to get near perfect timing entries. This is really good, difficult to do, but I show you how you can do it. I teach you how to stay in the trade for more pips, and as I looking over here, there is nothing telling me to close the trade. So one of these days I'll let it run and show you how you can double your pip total. And I actually show you how you can do that within the training videos. Remember, I don't show this stuff on YouTube. So when traders are making comments on my YouTube channel, if they're doing negative comments, these traders do not have my trigger system, because if they did, they would understand how I trade and how they should trade, and they would no longer give negative comments. They will start giving positive comments. So anyhow, let me see. I teach how to trade at the right hand edge. That's what most traders have difficult time to execute. I teach that, and I teach how to trade higher time frames, not only on this AO, but on, it takes only 5 seconds to go 2 or 3 higher time frames, and it informs me if I'm going in the right trend direction. And of course, I obviously teach you how to trade the Pro Trigger version number 2. Number 2 has the AO. The first version, it was just minus this indicator, and I was using the timing to let me know if I should be buying or selling. But this is a much clearer indicator than the timing. Timing is great for getting in and out of the trades, but this is the one that I use for trend direction. Now, in many of these videos, I show plenty of great trade setups, what it should look like just prior to pulling the trigger. I also teach how to backtest the Pro Trigger, and I still do that 6 to 8 hours every weekend. And that I used a built-in tester in the MT4 platform, and you can get the equivalent on a Saturday afternoon of at least 6 months worth of trades using this tester. Also teach how to scan the market. I teach how to trade the goal line. There's always a lot of action around the goal line or close to the goal line. And I teach how to trade all the 3 sessions, including this London close. I teach also how to trade pullbacks. Remember, a pullback is when it comes back, breaks through the goal line. Oh, just to let you know, like when it comes back up to the goal line here, I know it doesn't quite hit it, but when it's coming back towards the goal line, that's a pullback. And of course over here, this is a pullback, but once it breaks through and keeps going down, I call that a reversal, which I teach how to trade. And also teach how to trade the news, much more difficult, but it is doable. I'm finding such great success with a great way to trade. Generally, as a rule, I don't bother with the news anymore. It's more tricky, to say the least. But I do teach you how to do it, and also teach how to trade with a day job, either getting in front of the charts after your 9 to 5 job, or getting up a few hours before you go to work in the London session. In this area, trading and then of course you're going to go to work, pull up your cell phone every half hour, whatever, and just monitor it. And when you got enough pips, very easy to do, just close the trade. I teach how to do that. Now if you have any questions at all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, here's my email. Just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore here. Now I do prefer Skype. All you got to do is click on this link. We'll have a connection, and through Skype screen sharing I will give you a free session and answer your questions. Probably lasts about 45 minutes or so. And of course, over the course of many years, I built 27 trigger systems, and if you want to see screenshots, all you got to do is click on this link and you shall see. So that just about wraps up this video. Another excellent day of trading, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye.